Okay friends, today we will see the module 2 last but one topic, which is the research hypothesis, definition, nature, characteristics. So research hypothesis, as we defined even in the earlier situations, that a hypothesis is an assumption, is a question that arises out of a researcher. Everybody researches one thing or the other, whether knowingly or unknowingly, whether consciously or unconsciously. The prime purpose of research, or the basic idea behind the research, is curiosity. Human beings alone possess this trait of curiosity. No animal, forget plants, nothing, other species other than the human beings are capable of having this unique instinct called as curiosity. This curiosity is a trait that propels an individual, a human being, to probe into the vast existence of this universe. So therefore everybody is inherently a researcher. Everybody wants to find one thing or the other, but perhaps they may not be doing it in a systematic fashion. Now, to bring more system into the framework, or perhaps bring an order into the framework, we use this idea called a hypothesis. Hypothesis, as explained, is a question. This question arises in the mind of a researcher who tries to find answer to a particular problem, to a particular phenomena, to something that's happening. For example, even after the lockdown is lifted, the general traffic and the people who go to work has not resumed as in full swing or full throttle as it was before March 25th. Now the studies are there in the other countries that is saying that people who have gone into lockdown in Italy, Spain, in the US, in other parts of the world, have largely become more complacent to work. They are not getting back to work so easily. They are trying to postpone. A few of them, of course, unfortunately have lost jobs. We are not talking about that. We are talking about people who have work but are unable to shed off their inertia, which they have gained over the last 60 days. Inertia in the sense, I mean to say, the complacency. There is no dynamism. There is a little laziness, if you would put in crude words. They are lazy. So this is a phenomena that people are observing all over the world. And what solution is there for it, we do not know as of now. Right? So that is this. There is a question that arises in the mind of a researcher: is lockdown by any chance the reason why such an inertia or laziness has come over people, has become a part of the people's existence, that they are very complacent, they don't want to go back to work, or they don't want to work hard like how they were doing earlier, or any other thing that might arise in your mind becomes a potential assumption or a potential question about a particular situation. This question that arises in your mind, carefully observe, this question that arises in your mind is called as a hypothesis. You are hypothesizing a relationship. For instance, you are hypothesizing a relationship between hard work and success. There is so much of success and there is so much of hard work that people put in, you are able to connect. You say night and day, this person worked hard, studied hard, and therefore this person, be he or be she, is able to get so much of marks in the examination. I could see it. I am seeing the working, burning the midnight oil, studying throughout the night, and they were able to secure the marks. It's a very simple connection, right? It's a universal connection. Nobody can question such a connection, but that is also a hypothesis in the sense there was a hypothesis, there is an assumption, and that assumption is proved to be correct, which means there exists a relationship between hard work and success. So I will just quickly go through what is on the slide right now. Hypothesis is considered as an intelligent guess or prediction that provides direction to research. Yes, it provides direction to research. It is defined as a formal statement of the tentative or expected prediction or explanation of relationship between two or more variables in a specified population. See, as you can see, we discussed it is the explanation or the relationship between two or more variables. Variables here, as we discussed in the example, one variable you can call it as hard work, another variable you can call it as success. Why are you calling these as variables? Because they are changeable. Hard work 0 to 100. Some people can put 10 units of work, some people can put 20 units of work, some 50, some put 100 units of work, which means their potential of working very hard. On the other hand, success also happens in a measure 0 to 100, let's say percentage. If you put 40 units of hard work, it does not mean 40 units of success will result. Maybe 20 units of success might come, or maybe 60 units of success, more than the effort that you have put. This is a puzzling question which will require some other research to be done, but we are not talking of it. But it is varying. There is no constantness, right? That is the reason it is called variables. It's right. Next, hypothesis is derived from the research problems, literature review, and conceptual framework. Okay. Okay, fine. Then, what are the types of hypothesis? Let's see quickly. Types of hypotheses are two: null hypothesis and research hypothesis. Null hypothesis is always written as H0, and then research hypothesis is always written as H1. In the next topic that we will see, we will see the testing of hypothesis, where I will clarify how and by what means do you set the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Right. So what is the research hypothesis sources? Sources could be real life experience. It could be an experience that you are seeing. Presently, as we discussed the laziness concept, the concept of inertia, it is a real life phenomena. Otherwise, it could be about previous research. As we said, hard work leads to success. It's a previous research. It is already done. Then academic literature, customer satisfaction leads to profit, or stress-free job leads to job satisfaction, or some relationship that you are able to see. Longer the investment in the stock market leads to better returns on the investment. So in every discipline of management, be it finance, be it operations, be it supply chain, be it human resource, be it organizational behavior, be it marketing, or be it any consumer behavior related thing, you could see already relationships are being established, and it is a continuous process which is found in the academic literature. Right. Then you could also get it from the theoretical or conceptual frameworks that are published again in the academic literature. So the last one is the research hypothesis nature. So the nature of hypothesis is that it can be tested and verifiable, falsifiable. Hypothesis is something that can be tested. It can be, we can take into account or collect data. For example, how many stars are there in the universe? It is not a hypothesis. I say that there are 1 million and 1.7 million stars in the universe. Can it be proved? Can it be tested? Can it be found true or false? Is it falsifiable? False or falsifiable? No, you cannot find out. It's impossible. No one has found that. How many such universes exist in the entire universe? How many such worlds exist? How many such planets exist? These are all questions that can't be answered. How much how many small particles of salt is there in the ocean. I say there is close to 1.8 billion. Someone else will say there is 6 billion. Someone else might say, no, there is more than 100 billion particles of salt in the ocean. But can anybody find it out? Is it something that can be tested, can be verified, can be proved right or wrong? Impossible. You can't do it. And that is one nature of hypothesis, that it should be testable, verifiable, falsifiable. Hypotheses should not be moral or ethical questions. You cannot keep any which is right or wrong type of such questions. That person has done this. Is it right or is it wrong? Such type of moral questions, you cannot bring it into the idea of hypothesis. Hypothesis is based on facts. FACTS, facts, not on statements. Then it is neither specific nor general. Research is always about taking a middle path. You cannot totally generalize anything because it is always changing. As I told you in the earlier instance, variable means it varies. It is a prediction of consequences. Hypothesis must help us understand what are the consequences. For instance, if you are working hard, what happens next? You will become successful. That is the consequence. Working hard is a cause, and the consequence is success. It is considered valuable even if it is proven false. A lot of hypotheses are said to be proven false. For example, you are going for a COVID-19 test. So, would you want it to be positive or negative? Would you want it to turn negative? Yes, you would want it to turn negative, because sometimes turning negative is also is actually what you want, is actually something more preferred by you, right? So that is the reason why hypothesis, both true or false, is fine, but it depends on the objective, in which side you want the results to happen or the outcome to happen, right? So this is the idea of research hypothesis. The setting of formulation and testing, we will see it in the next class session.